As Cristiano Ronaldo adjusted his seatbelt and leaned back, he noticed the man sitting next to him. Dressed in an old military green jacket, the man carried himself with quiet dignity. But it was his legs, mechanical metallic prosthetics, that caught Ronaldo's eye. In that instant, Ronaldo understood. This was no ordinary passenger. He was about to greet the man when something happened that froze the world around him. The man clutched his chest, his breathing shallow, before his head fell back. He wasn't breathing. Ronaldo's instincts kicked in. What he didn't know yet was that this moment, this very act of reaching out to help, would profoundly change how he viewed life, courage, and heroism. Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't used to flying commercial, but this time, the private jet wasn't an option. He was on his way back home for a charity event in Madeira. Next to him sat an older man, probably in his mid-60s, reading a book on military history. The man seated next to him, slightly hunched over, greeted him with a polite nod before returning to his book. Ronaldo squinted to catch the title, A Soldier's Memories. The pages were worn, the edges frayed, as if the book had traveled many miles with its owner. Ronaldo's gaze shifted to the man's prosthetic legs. They told a story of sacrifice, a story Ronaldo couldn't yet grasp, but felt deeply drawn to. He wanted to ask questions, to learn more, but he hesitated, unsure if the man would welcome the intrusion. Before he could speak, the unexpected happened. The man's breathing turned erratic. His hands trembled as he clutched at his chest. Then, without warning, he slumped in his seat. For a moment, Ronaldo froze. The noise of the plane seemed to vanish, replaced by the pounding of his own heartbeat. Sir, can you hear me?" Ronaldo gently shook the man's shoulder, but there was no response. He tilted the man's head back, checking his airway, just as he had been taught during emergency training years ago. The realization hit him like a wave. The man wasn't breathing. Ronaldo shouted for help, his voice cutting through the stunned silence of the cabin. Without waiting for assistance, he placed his hands on the man's chest and began CPR. The movements were precise, his focus unshakable. Around him, passengers whispered in shock, some praying under their breath. Minutes felt like hours. Ronaldo kept performing chest compressions, panic written all over his face. He kept shouting, "Wake up! Come on, wake up!" at the elderly man. And then, a miracle. The man gasped, his chest rising as air rushed back into his lungs. His eyes fluttered open, unfocused at first, but gradually locking onto Ronaldo. The plane erupted in applause. Some passengers had tears streaming down their faces, moved by the intensity of what they had just witnessed. But for Ronaldo, this wasn't about applause or recognition. He knelt beside the man, gently holding his hand. "You're safe now," he said softly, his voice filled with relief and sincerity. As the man regained his composure, he managed a weak smile. His voice, though faint, carried a weight that silenced everyone nearby. "Thank you," he whispered. It was only when the flight landed that Ronaldo learned the full story. The man was a decorated war veteran who had lost his legs in combat while saving his unit. He had survived unimaginable horrors, carrying the scars of war with quiet resilience. This revelation hit Ronaldo deeply. The man before him wasn't just a survivor, he was a hero, a reminder of sacrifices most people could never fathom. As they disembarked, reporters and cameras swarmed the scene, eager to capture the story. Ronaldo helped the man into a wheelchair, ensuring he was comfortable before facing the press. One reporter asked, "What was going through your mind during those moments?" Ronaldo paused, taking a deep breath. "When I saw him struggling to breathe, I didn't see a stranger." He glanced at the veteran, his voice softening. We often celebrate people like me, athletes, entertainers. But the real heroes are those who sacrifice everything, so the rest of us can chase our dreams in peace. This man is a hero. Today, I just tried to be worthy of his sacrifice. The veteran, moved by Ronaldo's words, raised his hand in a salute. The gesture, though small, carried an ocean of gratitude and respect. As Ronaldo walked away from the cameras, he felt a sense of fulfillment he had never experienced on a football pitch. This wasn't about winning a game or lifting a trophy. It was about connecting to something greater than himself. That flight, that moment, reminded him of life's fragility and the extraordinary courage of ordinary people. It was a lesson he would carry forever, a reminder that true greatness lies not in fame, but in the quiet, selfless acts that define our humanity.